Attention please. This uploading is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. Follow us.
Gatwick, the busiest single runway airport in the world. 25,000 staff. 120,000 bags a day. 33 million passengers a year.
Put your bag on first. Put the first one on. That would be good.
In the past, Gatwick struggled to cope with all the things that can go wrong and do go wrong. Operating an international airport is an unpredictable business.
You've got to be on your guard and prepared at all times.
But now, Gatwick's under new ownership and undergoing a £1 billion facelift. The aim? To create the best airport in the world.
We need to be driving this airport to 45 million passengers off the single runway.
Flight controls, check.
With new management comes tough talk.
We've got to change our business now.
We want to remove those failures.
There's no accountability, there's no leadership, there's no direction.
We don't have time to wait.
Put up or shut up.
Over the last year, we've been there capturing the highs and the lows as the world's busiest single runway airport gets even busier.
Ambulance crew on break, please move to one side.
I need to move you around so you're going down this way for us, please.
Conflicting views as to where we're supposed to go, huge queues, nowhere to sit now.
Fundamentally, something's wrong. It failed, and it's the second time it's failed in a week. You're responsible, yeah?
Say that it allows customers...
Coming up, BA's new boss wants her airline to be top dog at Gatwick.
New planes, we're going shopping right now for them.
And is trying to beat the opposition by opening new routes.
We don't actually decide where we fly by literally looking at a map and sticking a pin in it. You're talking about millions of pounds that can be lost.
Customer service gets a makeover.
If you all turn your protein round to 6 o'clock for me, sausages at 6. To hell with the diet, I'm eating it. Worth the calories.
But will Gatwick's new terminal be ready on time for BA to move into?
It still looked like a building site. I can't see this is going to be ready for handover in a week.
And will the staff approve?
What is the idea of not having no seat? Is it flexibility? I don't understand.
That is mental. Inside Gatwick. Audio described by Penelope Parisi.
At the heart of every airport are its airlines. Gatwick is home to 90, flying to over 200 destinations. From small carriers to the world's largest airlines, they're all vying for a share of a highly competitive marketplace. Gatwick earns much of its income through airline passenger charges, so together their success or failure are inextricably linked.
And it's absolutely about every airline coming to us saying, yeah, Gatwick is fantastic, we want to add more growth into your airport.
Spending close to £1 billion to reinvent the airport, Gatwick's new owners are determined to build on their investment and increase passenger numbers, which means attracting new airlines and enabling existing airlines to grow.
We would engage differently with our airlines and start to negotiate a new way forward with them, that we'd start to compete for business.
In the rapidly changing world of aviation, over the last 10 years, the traditional airlines have struggled, while the low-cost carriers have flourished.
In the mornings, you can't see it, but this is just orange. EasyJet everywhere. Orange.
EasyJet is now the major player at Gatwick. They operate a third of all flights out of the airport.
They're obviously doing something right, EasyJet, you know.
Before EasyJet's meteoric rise, British Airways was once Gatwick's biggest airline.
I'd pick EasyJet over British Airways purely on a cost basis.
I wouldn't choose not to fly British Airways. It's just, I think it's all come down to money, really.
If money wasn't an object, I would probably still go for EasyJet on the short haul because it's quick on and off, sort of almost like a mini bus.
Gatwick's North Terminal used to be known as the BA Terminal, but not anymore.
Where are you off to this afternoon?
Catania.
Catania.
Have you got boarding passes or do you need me to print them?
Jackie Smith and Shirley Wilkins worked at Gatwick during BA's heyday. They have seen a lot of change.
We were in nearly every zone in the North Terminal. Every single desk virtually was British Airways. And then as we scaled back and back, you know, we're sort of now on, I think, 2 zones, or a zone and a half.
It's not all British Airways in here. There's a few different airlines, as you can see, a few charter companies. I'll not mention any names, but they've just taken over.
In the recent past, BA have retreated to Heathrow, leaving the field open to other airlines. But now Heathrow is full, and British Airways want their crown back. The comeback is so important to BA that for the first time they have appointed a managing director at Gatwick, Scilla Maisie.
You know these barriers? Tell me they are not going to be there in the new area.
There will be no uniqueues in the new check-in area. That's a promise.
I hate those.
A former accountant with a take-no-prisoners style, Scylla's mission is to show the other airlines who's boss.
You can just look across the aisles of where we are here in the North Terminal and you can see the competition. And we need to be very alert and aware to that. We never forget that each one of them are in competition with the people who choose to travel with us.
Despite BA losing its #1 spot at Gatwick, Scilla is still in charge of a massive organisation, serving over 5 million passengers every year.
Altogether, we've got 31 aircraft, but to get those aircraft flying, we've got 1,300 cabin crew, 250 pilots, 350 engineers, 1,100 people on the ground, about 80 people moving the cargo, and a small team of managers, and me.
Just need some new planes now, Scilla.
Yes. New planes. We're going shopping right now for them, so you just wait and see what we get.
That's a shopping trip, tonight.
Yeah, big shopping trip, lots of money, but you know, we girls are good at that, aren't we?
We are.
So we'll get some nice ones.
Under her leadership, Scilla is determined to expand BA's Gatwick operation and increase passenger numbers, but it's not going to be easy.
British Airways is not reliable because of
they go on strike.
Yeah,
a lot,
they're often on strike, aren't they? So I'm not sure I'd book with them purely because of those reasons.
In the North Terminal, long queues stretch back from the BA check-in desks.
10, where are you travelling to? Genoa. You're very, very early, and this is what's happening. Everyone's coming much too early, so the queues are getting bigger.
Working alongside other airlines within a small and cramped area of the North Terminal leads to inevitable queues and frustrated passengers.
Late passengers, people that have forgotten their passports, rows with each other. But that's all caused by the stress, I think, of finally getting to the airport, having all the bags packed, and then queuing for sort of like an hour, you know.
You're going to go through the other side. You'll stay here.
Scylla's right-hand man, Alan Peaver, has been with BA for 35 years, the last 5 of them as head of ground ops at Gatwick. It's his job to ensure the smooth running of BA's service.
We've got a very busy day, and you can see we get a lot of queues. This terminal was built in the late 1980s, so looking a bit dated and a bit compact, a bit too compacted.
Alan's frustrations with Gatwick's ageing infrastructure are shared by the airport's new owners.
You know, the 1980s, it was a very good building at the time, and it's obviously served its life well. But of course, things have moved on, and people expect different things.
Gatwick CEO Stuart Wingate has met with Scilla to discuss plans for an £83 million extension and refurbishment of the North Terminal.
This is where the passengers will come up the escalators, then they'll walk across. This is the plaza area, and this lovely new glass facade. Yes. And then, of course, when you walk into the area, there'll be all of the new fid screens with flight information on them. Yeah. So you'll have people directed down into your new zone. Right. And, of course, this is the new zone.
BA are making a significant financial investment in their own state-of-the-art check-in facilities.
We've got the self-service kiosks here, so as you come in, that's what you'll see first, and they've got the bag tag enablement there. And these, I think, are really unique. So when you've got these little podiums with the 2 bag drops either side.
Work has been underway on the North Terminal rebuild for 12 months. It's the most ambitious building project at the airport for over 20 years. Gatwick is hoping that it will allow its airlines to grow and ultimately increase the number of passengers travelling through the airport.
We're on that route to turn this place into all blue from now on.
Scilla can't resist having a peek at what will be her airline's new home.
So if I look through the window there, that's coming on really well. They've got the floor down already. Wonderful.
Inside Gatwick, end of part 1.